In Linguistic Functions of Head Movements in the Context of Speech by Evelyn McClave, it was found that the speaker's head movements could be used to predict semantic and discourse functions. They note that the head movements we make as we speak are not random and are used to regulate conversation. Here, Ronaldo expresses the up and down head movements used in American culture to affirm a concept or point. Notice how, as McClave states, they go largely unnoticed as they occur with his speech.
Education argued that today, foreign languages are at the lowest level in the U.S. history. Decrease in foreign language studies contributes to a national security crisis.
The same can be said with Brea. Here, Brea nods her head slightly in all directions of the audience. McClave calls this the lateral sweep. This inclusive gesture acknowledges everyone in the subject of community and Juniata's campus.
We are, however, rooted in the principles shared by the Brethren who established the college in 1876. These Brethren principles remain relevant to us today as Juniatians. Principles such as peace and reconciliation, integrity of speech, and service to neighbors near and far. As one chapter of the Juniata legacy ends and another begins, we must take this opportunity to challenge and reaffirm long-standing ideals. As a Bonner leader and AmeriCorps member, I am committed to a life of service both locally and internationally.
As an international student, I've experienced the benefits and stress of speaking at least 2 languages fluently, Indonesian and English. Despite my past nightmare of writing CWS papers, tonight I'm proud that I can stand here to speak publicly to all of you in my second language. Speaking a second language might just be the key to my success. President-elect Roha, we clearly state in our mission statement that a Juniata college education prepares students to become the leaders of the globalized world. If this is the case, Dr. Roha, you have to do more and require Juniata students to learn a second language. And I would encourage all of you.
Nonverbal Cues for Discourse Structure by Castle, Nakano, Bickmore, Sidner, and Rich talk about the change in posture relative to speech. Here, Rob's speech becomes animated. Notice how with every new key detail and concept, his posture changes. In Nonverbal Cues for Discourse Structure, speakers were found to change their posture 53% of times at discourse segment boundaries. As Rob works through the discourse of his speech, watch as his postures become taller and more animated.
We'll be motivated to execute the heck out of the plan. The extraordinary outcomes we have now are with an $83 million endowment, not the $1.6 billion that Amherst has. Imagine what we could do with 1/10 of that. When asked where our grads went to school, they should never have to lead with, well, you probably never heard of it, or it's a small school in central Pennsylvania near Penn State. How it should be and how it will be is, I went to Juniata College, and the person on the other end immediately thinks, wow, very impressive.
Fellow students and friends, to learn and to speak a second language fluently. Why? First, education has become international. Second, businesses are international. And third, being international is part of liberal arts education system. Let me ask you a few questions. Why do we go to Juniata College? Why do we keep complaining about baker food and still we want to study here? Why do we pay that expensive college tuition, put ourselves in huge debt, and still we want to wake up early for classes? Because education is an investment. A Juniata College degree allows us to be competitive in the job market.